This video is sponsored by DJI. More about them later in this video.
Is your machine?
Yeah.
A picture?
Yeah, you want to take a picture? Dude, what are these signs? What are these people? Are these missing people? Bro, what the f? This is a dirt road! Insane, dude. Looks like the favelas. Whew. This is gorgeous. Cool spot too. Everybody's hanging out at. Here we go. What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. We have the gorgeous M1000 in front of us, and today we're in San Diego currently, still in the out-of-town adventures, but today we're crossing into a different country. I've never in my life been to Mexico, so I don't have a lot to expect. I have no idea what's about to go down. I got my passport on me, and we're about to head to the border right now. We're crossing into a different country with the whale, the M1000. Hopefully nobody sees this bike and hunts me down for it. I'm ready to take this bike up a mountain to get away from whoever we have to, if that's the case. And we have a long ride to get to Tijuana, so we're gonna hop on the bike and head that way. Everything's nice and green over here in San Diego. I wonder what it's gonna look like as soon as we cross the border. I wonder even how crazy it is crossing the border. I have my passport, my ID. I don't know if they're gonna search me, if they're gonna look over the whale, I don't know. In for some new experiences, that's for sure. Almost everybody I've talked to about the plans to go out there in Tijuana, they've been like, nope, I'm good. It can't be that bad, you know? It's only like cartel and human trafficking and everything else. Also got to be kind of careful getting out of San Diego into Tijuana. They've been cracking down pretty hard out here on bikers, so we just got to do our due diligence, making it to Tijuana. Isn't that funny? I say we got to be careful getting to Tijuana, not in Tijuana. Pretty sure we take this highway all the way to the border. I know people personally who have been pulled out of the car in Mexico, had their car jacked from them, robbed, everything. So just gotta keep our head on a swivel out here. The M1000 Woolies in Tijuana, dude. It's about to go down. Pull up on Pablo himself. Also not that fluent in Spanish, so we might have to bust out the Google Translate. I know some stuff, like basic stuff, but we'll see what happens. I've been on the road for a month, and dude, we've done so much. Way more than we typically ever do on these trips. Killing 300,000. They're protesting up there. Well, no wind out here, dude. Closer. Wait, is that Mexico over there? You can definitely tell the scenery is already starting to switch up. Not great. All these exits and roads coming up are turning into Spanish. Damn, everybody's speeding, bro. I'm doing 90. Only prepare to stop. We need gas, dude. Alright, well, f it, dude. Here we go.
But before we cross the border on the M1000, I want to show you something quickly. This is the new DJI 8K Osmo 360 camera, and this camera is incredible, with insane night footage that captures light in ways I didn't even think was possible from a camera this small. This little guy has the industry's first panoramic 1-inch 360-degree imaging, as well as the first ever high dynamic image sensor to ever see a 360 camera. With the 8K capability and 10-bit sensor that records over 1 billion colors, I took it out during the sunset, and here's some clips I got to really show off how wild this new DJI is. And after 30 minutes of filming, the battery was still at 77%, which means I get more time to film now at high settings compared to majority of the cameras on the market right now. This camera is extremely user-friendly and ready to go straight out the box, with quick release connections for the mounts and dual microphone direct connection. This DJI is truly not only a game changer for the 360 market, but a massive jump to allow small creators like myself an easy way to improve one thing that matters the most, which is the picture quality of the content overall. So I want to say thank you DJI to not only sponsoring this video, but continuing to push the boundaries so us consumers can push the boundaries of making content. Check out the description for a link to the new DJI Osmo. Now let's get back into the video.
Leaving America. Advance entrance. Wait, I don't. Oh my god, look at these things. Okay. We're in. Dude, those ball things are insane. Wait, did we just make it all the way in? And we didn't even get stopped, or it's up here. Dang, dude. When people are selling stuff right here at the border, in the middle of the road. What the frick? This guy is doing fire tricks. We just made it in. We didn't even have to use our passport. No way, it was that simple. Look at the line to get out. There's absolutely no way. The line to get out of Mexico into America. Holy crap. Getting dropped off and just walking up to the border. Not really any specific plans, just explore. And oh my god, dude, look at the tires. This is so cool, dude. I'll definitely need my passport on the way back, that's for sure. Alto, I know that means stop. Where's life brought me that we're on an M1000 in Tijuana right now. The wheel feels like it's getting hot. Alright, it's at 200 degrees. It's doing alright. Could be better. Could be worse. Bro's out making some deliveries right now. Those bikes are alpha out here, I'm sure, because it's just streets for real. Oh my god, bro's about to get cooked. Dude, these roads, nice. Yeah. Pretty deep downtown right now. This is where they told me not to go. I'm following my guy though. He knows where he's going. Holy shit, these roads are the biggest pile of shit ever. Bro, what the f***? This is a dirt road! There's no way I'm taking the M1000 through this shit. I gotta remember, it was this road straight up. Straight back. My tire slipped right there. Yeah! Yeah! This guy in this car is chasing after me. Bro's literally chasing after me right now. Not funny, dude. How is it I piss somebody off in new territory, like, within 2 seconds of me going there? Alright, first wall in Tijuana. Okay, I don't know what that was, but all these signs are Spanish. I don't know where I'm going or where it leads. Hello, brother. Police in the F-150s. Alright, we got a ticket. Ton of biker homies out here. He just leaned across. We got a Repsol over there. Okay. Perfect little spot right there. Bro was chasing us for a minute in the taxi. Life's not that serious, dude. Like, I barely come out in front of you. But we're in Tijuana. We got in with absolutely no check or nothing. The M1000 is officially in Mexico. And so am I. So we're going to familiarize ourselves with the surroundings and go do some wheelies on the coast in Tijuana. Alright, we're out of here with GPS. They said the bumps are insanely bad on these highways. Look at these metal caps that are lined. Dude, you get that and you're guaranteed to get farked up. Suzuki dealership right here. Oh, it's just cars. That's the wrong number. Should have definitely studied some Spanish before I came out here. Been riding every day for the last 3 weeks. I can't even feel my eyelids. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dude, worst highways ever in Mexico. Oh my gosh. Those walls are so high. Oh my gosh. The smell is something crazy too. It's like chemicals and sewer. It's wild too when you drive it past. You see everything from the fence backwards but not forward. Oh yeah. Now we're in Tijuana. Damn, this is a decline. This is my turn for sure. I remember. This video is insane. Oh my gosh. You can see forever. Yeah, this is definitely a lot nicer area. No taxi drivers chasing me, at least. Hello! We're gonna pull over right here. Dude, what are these signs? All these people, are these missing people? It is, these are all missing people, dude. We'll walk right down to the beach. That's pretty cool. Dude, Tijuana, bro, let's go. This is so sick. We still got some more exploring to do, but we're just stopping and checking things out for a second.
What kind of cop car is that? Is that a Nissan? We're basically on the edge right now of San Diego and Tijuana. This entire fence is the border. I didn't even realize this. On the wall, they have Trump invited kissing. This is insane. Being up close on the wall on the other side. This view is gorgeous, but the sun's going down, so we're gonna hop back on the M and continue exploring Tijuana just a little bit.
You gonna rev it too after? All right, 1 second. Okay, we're good now. You ready? You see that button right there? Press down on that button right there. Here, take the button. There you go. There you go, buddy. Yeah. He just walked down and asked if he could sit on it. Look at him, he's so happy. We don't really speak English, and I don't speak Spanish, so we can't really interact much, which kind of sucks, but kid enjoyed it. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Is your machine?
Yeah. Yes, sir. You like it?
A picture?
Yeah, you want to take a picture?
Please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Only one picture.
Okay, you're good, you're good. Oh, my glove, thank you. Gracias.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Picture for me.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're good, you're good. Yep, yep. I'm just going to brace it for you.
Órale más.
Hey.
Thank you, man. Centímetros. Unos centímetros.
200.
Power this motor.
200.
200. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, have a great weekend. Well, we're pretty much at the tip right here. Almost just slipped on that glow stick. That was pretty funny. Those guys that wanted to hop on the bike and take a photo. Never really get older guys that want to do that, but out here in Tijuana, the M1000's probably not seen very much. It's cool to see the culture though. Police just making their rounds down here. Looks like it's gonna rain over here, dude. I haven't seen it rain in a while. Vegas and California. That's insane. There's like a bunch of bikes down there. Let's take a peep. Is it worth? Fuck it, dude. Woo. Bruh, this is gorgeous. Pretty cool little spot too. Everybody's hanging out at all the bikes. I low-key just forgot I was in Mexico. I was like, well, I'll be able to make friends with these guys, absolutely. And I was like, oh yeah, I won't be able to know what they're saying or what I'm saying. It really kind of does make you take things for granted back home in America. The amount of opportunity in America is just why everybody goes there. And it's crazy, it's just a card that allows you to get across that wall. That gas station's super cool too. Just roll up to it on the side right there, side of the mountain. Insane, dude. Looks like the favelas. Yeah, they got a little store up in here. Oh my god, good save. Last second save on that. Jeez Louise, dude. Oh, it's beautiful. Dude! That sunset is not real. Dude, when homie said these bumps out here, he was not trolling. I'm like, that's what everybody says, bumpy. I'm used to bumpy, but this shit, oh my god! When that kid hopped on the bike and he was like revving it, I was like telling him, I was like, push the button in. I forgot I'm in Mexico again. Wow, that guy's just kicking it on the roof right there. Alright, man. Time to get out of Tijuana, or at least try to. Nice little downtown area. Alright, I'm following this guy. Pretty scary knowing you can just go through. And you can have like incorrect documentation that you think is correct, and then on the way back they're like, no. This is so scuffed, dude. Yeah, me staring hard at them. Cali know the drill. Thank you. Dude, this is insane trying to get out of here. Oh my god, this is f***ing crazy, yo. Unfortunately, you can't film certain areas in customs, and on the way back coming through, it was one of those areas, but we did make it back to the border and back into America. One of the reasons why it was so hectic at the border is because it's one of the busiest border crossings in the world. That specific one that we went through sees over 50 million people crossing annually. So it makes sense on why we've seen such a long line when we first entered Tijuana and when we were leaving. And understand why I was a bit uneasy going to some places in Tijuana. Let's explain why. In 2024, there was 1,807 homicides in Tijuana alone. To put that in perspective, Louisiana ranks one of the highest for one of the most violent states in the United States of America, with 663 homicides per year. The population for Tijuana is also 2.3 million. The population for Louisiana is 4.5 million. So let's say Tijuana had Louisiana's population. Tijuana would have a murder rate annually of over 3,600 people. Also, from where we cross from San Diego into Tijuana, as soon as you cross the border and enter into Tijuana, you enter into a city that has a murder rate increase of over 5,000%. I wasn't lying when I talked about in the video how sketchy some areas can be in Tijuana and how dangerous overall Mexico is in some places. But for the most part, we stayed green. We got to check out a lot of the culture, and overall, I just enjoyed myself out there. Seeing the people's smiles on the faces that were hopping on the M1000, just seeing the bike in general, it was amazing. Such a different experience. And although I think happiness is truly what you make of it, and there's no denying we saw a ton of families out enjoying themselves in Tijuana. Let's talk about some undeniable reasons on why people want to leave Mexico in general. While we're on the whale, of course. First thing is the healthcare. Access to certain healthcare in Mexico in general can be very limited. Countering the fact that you have a family, it becomes very expensive for a lot of people living in Mexico, considering the fact that the minimum wage in 2023 was about 123 pesos per day, which is a little bit over $6 American. Although the minimum wage has increased by about 18 to 19% going into the next year, 2024, it's still roughly only about 185 pesos per day. Also, with the maquiladoras hubs that are so prominent out there in Mexico. Back to what I was saying. The maquiladoras hubs are basically a factory in Mexico that are controlled by foreign investors. It's mainly just consumer goods, and a lot of the spots in Mexico are used because of the low labor costs. The duty-free shipping on these materials, which basically means they don't have to pay import taxes. The United States is a big contributor to the maquiladoras hubs, with it bordering the US and it being super close. Although these factories, with a mass amount of job opportunities, brings in a lot of people, and it's a huge part of their economy, it's brought in some infrastructure strain with all the population increase. There's been problems occurring with the waste management and other public services out there, and that's a big reason why we had that awful smell in some areas out there in Mexico. The smell is something crazy too. It's like chemicals and sewer. There's quite a few reasons on why people want to leave Mexico. Better opportunities in general, and even with the industry growth, job security is not always certain out there. A lot of people want better education for their children, and even if you minus all those factors, there's still no denying the heavy amount of violence that goes on out there. People just want better opportunities and safer conditions for their families to thrive in. Minus the fact that money doesn't mean shit, which it doesn't. It's just the environment that changes everything. And it's super sad to see people, good people, who want that and can't get that. I understand America's whole policy is come in legally and we have no problem. But the problem is the system takes a very long amount of time. Dramatically longer than how it was decades ago. But it's there for a reason. You come in, you're a vigilante, you murder a US citizen or anybody of any race or any whereabouts. The fingerprints, the analysis, they have a chance of finding you. If you come in, you kill somebody, and there's no record of you in the system at all, it becomes a lot harder for investigators to find that person. These families don't get justice, but our system's that's just something you can't argue with. But I do want to wrap things up with saying how much I did enjoy Tijuana, and to get to experience a culture like that on the M1000, it was incredible. I'll definitely be back to Tijuana, check out some different things. I'll learn some Spanish. I'll be way more prepared for next time. But anyways, we're gonna wrap things up here. Appreciate you guys tuning into the video as always, and thanks for hanging out to the very end. I will catch y'all very soon in the next one. Peace.